Gen Z is more likely to identify as LGBTQ than as Republican. Type that in real quick.
Oh, God.
Gen Z, LGBTQ, identify Republican. That's where we're at in society, is that young people are so impressionable. You know, they say nature versus nurture. So I think there was a study out there, only 9% of the world identify as gay or LGBT, 9%. In America, it's 10%. I think Brazil is number one. I think it's 15% in Brazil. But Gen Z in America, 33% identify as LGBTQ. Can you find this article, Malik? Did you find it? Here it is, right here. Wow. Less GOP and more LGBTQ. Gen Z is more likely to be queer than Republican, survey reveals. So see if you can find some stats on there, Malik. Scroll down. Does it show that? So what's weird is we know in this country, 45% of America is right, 45% of America is left. So big numbers. See if you can find that. More people, Gen Z, are likely to be LGBTQ than Republican?
Yeah.
See, Malik, can you read that? See some numbers?
Yeah, 28% of Gen Z adults identify as LGBTQ+.
What's the number?
28%.
28%.
Compared to 16% of millennials, 7% of Generation X, and 4% of baby boomers, as only 21% say they are Republicans.
Okay, by the way,
those are so
you want to talk about how easily influenced you are when you're young. This is we're going off topic a little bit, but Gen Z, read those numbers again, from baby boomers to Gen X to millennials.
28% of Gen Z adults identify as LGBTQ+, compared to 16% of millennials, 7% of Generation X, and 4% of baby boomers, as only 21% say they are Republicans. There are more members of the queer community in Gen Z than GOP members.
Wow. Now, where do these stats come from? Because some people are saying, who came up with these stats? Does it show a source?
It feels very clickbaity to me to say 28% of Gen Z's identify
What's the
as
advocate.com?
LGBTQ+.
Do you guys
I don't know,
know
but that's the publisher, but they probably got the source from something else. Regardless, and I've seen this, Bill Maher's done this before, this is not some made up stat.
Yeah.
We talk about the Gen Z being the TikTok generation. Who owns TikTok?
China.
ByteDance, owned by China, owned by the CCP. Look at who do you think is more comfortable saying, this is who I am? Who cares less about what you think? Someone who's 18 or someone who's 80?
18.
18, you think they care less?
More. They care more. They're more inclined to listen to what you're saying.
18 cares more.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
The older you are, dude, if you're 80 years old, you're like, I don't.
You don't give a fuck.
Everyone
Source is
here
Public
has
Religion
met
Research
a
Institute.
crotchety, old, racist 80-year-old. Whether they're black, white, Latino, they're like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I'm 80 years old. The fucking motherfuckers that are like, go to Cuba out there and see what the fucking Fidel Castro, you know about this, okay? Go meet a crotchety old white person in the South. Go meet a crotchety old black person. Like, they will tell you what's on their mind. They don't give a fuck. So they said 4% of baby boomers identify as LGBTQ. Was that the number, Malik?
Yeah, and then the source is PRRI, which is Public Religion Resource Institute.
Okay. So stat check that.
Yeah, so 28% of Gen Z identify as LGBTQ compared to 16% of millennials, 7% of Gen X, and 4% of baby boomers.
So that's my point. We're talking about how impressionable people are. We talked about what basically Taylor Swift, if you're under 35, 18% of people would basically sway their vote by Taylor Swift. Nature versus nurture. People can be swayed, especially the young generation. 4% of baby boomers came out as LGBTQ. What was it?
Yeah, 4%.
What was Gen X?
It was 16.
Gen X.
Gen X, that was, oh man, I just closed it.
Yeah.
So it was baby boomers 4%. Then I think you said Gen X was 9%.
Gen Y,
And then millennials is 16%.
Got it right here.
30%.
Yeah, what is it?
So 7% of Gen X, 4% of baby boomers, millennials 16%, Generation X is 7.
So from 4 to 7 to 16 to what's Gen Z?
28.
Okay. 10% of the world, 9% to be exact, identify as LGBTQ. So the boomers, that's 4%. The Gen Xers, you said that was 9%, 7%?
7.
Okay, that's in line. 28%? So if you think that these young people who are 18, 21 are not impressionable, guess again. They can be influenced. They can be impressed. They can basically be told what to do.
Wait,
You
so
talked
you're
about
saying
who said sheep?
we all.
You said sheep.
Yeah.
You're saying it's social contagion and they're not born this way?
That's
Is that what
exactly
you're
I'm
saying, Adam?
Yes.
Controversial.
But Lady Gaga once said she was born this way.
I don't know.
But I don't know. The stats say otherwise.
I don't know. I mean, those
That
numbers
was a
seem
good one.
completely
I just-
natural.
I
that
just
it would
think-
go from
I think-
4 to 28% over just a couple years. I mean, it seems like a natural progression. I don't know what you're talking about.
I speak sarcasm and I speak exactly what you're saying right now.
I
Go
think
ahead,
this is why
Jay.
media does attack, not attack, I may not say attack, but this is why the media kind of like caters to the young people is because they're so easily influenced. When I was fresh out of high school, I was in search of who I was, there was things I was interested in. There was things, you're in search of someone, you're curious. So, when now all these things are coming out and it wasn't like that before, obviously it spikes curiosity, and then they use, artists and, people who are here to entertain to influence the young people. So I think, because we talk about 80-year-olds. 80-year-olds are not picking up the phone like, oh, wow, let's see what Taylor Swift is doing. They don't give a damn about what Taylor Swift is doing. Only the young people do, and everybody knows that. So I feel like that's why the young people are targeted, to confuse them, into thinking a certain way and trying to change their morality. And I think that's just the issue that we have nowadays.
A couple years ago, is the final point. A couple years ago, there was a movie that came out that was called The Social Dilemma. Basically, how much influence social media and apps have on the youth. Now, luckily, not yet. I don't have any kids yet. I know you have kids. If I'm a parent out there and I have a kid who's 18 or under, or 21 or under, I'd be very worried about what they're seeing online.
Yep.
We see everything that's happening right now with, the trans community and kids, basically. I mean, you know all about this.
You can't imagine. It's in everything.
Yeah.
I have to be before we watch anything, we do research on it. We have to check because it's in everything. And then the point is, I'm just not ready to have those conversations with my young girls. And it introduces, they start asking questions. And if not that, then in school they're talking about it and all this kind of stuff. But you have to be so hyper vigilant. If you could think your kid could just watch TV, those days are long gone. I mean, I sometimes just try to find Flintstone, like old stuff.
Yeah.
Flintstone, find
The Flintstones are fucked up now. Have you seen that?
Well, I'm talking
What's wrong
about.
with the Flintstones?
So they actually.
Don't tell me Fred Flintstone and Barney are gay. I will lose my shit.
They literally incorporated someone from RuPaul's Drag Race, and then Proud Family as well. Do you guys remember Proud Family,
do
Disney
remember.
Channel back in
Yes,
the day?
I do.
So
No.
this one as well has also gone super woke. A lot of the shows that we knew and loved as children
All
have
of them.
been
Scooby-Doo.
entirely contaminated now.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
Like-
Proud
like-
Family, the only guy kid
There used to be a
Scooby-Doo.
time when we were growing up,
doing
our
me
parents
dirty.
would plop us down in front of the TV, whether it was the Flintstones, whether it was the Jetsons,
Well,
whether you
also
were
there was, like, way less
whether you were doing
options,
Saved by the
right?
Bell. Shout out to Kelly Kapowski, my female crush back in the day, my girl.
Zach
You didn't have to
Morris.
worry about it getting indoctrinated. All you had to
Rocket
worry about is like,
power.
oh shit, I am definitely not gay. Thank you, Kelly Kapowski. Shout out to you. I don't care how many times AC Slater flexes. I'm into Kelly Kapowski. Maybe a little Lisa Turtle. I don't know.
Remember
I'm down
Johnny
for that.
Bravo? Johnny
that
Bravo. That was a great
These
show.
days, you have to be super worried about what you're going to be
You
seeing
really
out there.
do. You really
So
do.
true.
Anyway, for anyone that has young kids, younger brothers and sisters, just family members, just be very attentive to what they're watching, they're putting on their screens. Be careful out there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.